Dr. Manny from Break the Cage MD, and Imani. Today's topic, entrepreneurship, is about achieving, it's achieving unconscious competency. Okay, so most people who know learning theory know that you go through four phases of learning. You have unconscious incompetency, which is the first phase. And during that phase, you don't know what you don't know. And by that, I mean you have a skill, you have a competency that your body could do, but you haven't learned when to use it, where to use it. And so it's just sort of an appendage, it's like an appendix, basically. Okay? So that's unconscious and incompetency. From there, you migrate to conscious incompetency, which is where you realize that you don't know something, and you that's a decision point. And at that point, you have a decision to make whether you want to decide that the thing that you realize now that you don't know how to do is not worth doing. It sucks and it's stupid, and you can go back to your denial. Put your head in the sand, or you can move on from there to conscious competency, which is through deliberate practice, mindful deliberate practice. You step through and do the hard work of learning how to perform the task. That part's the unfun part because it takes the cognitive control, it takes the willpower, it takes resisting the urge to revert back to the old way of doing things and saying it's not for me and I can't do it. Because in the end, we all have the same set of competencies for the most part. And then eventually it moves to habit, which is unconscious competency. You just do the thing and you don't think about it much. Um, so what's important to note about this is that at the beginning of the cycle, you have the abilities, you have the equipment, and like I think Katrina during our show yesterday, she pointed out something that a lot of times it's like it's a remembering. You want to remember how to do something because you in your DNA you have the to use the geek term, the epigenetic cascade there, so that in the right context, you should be able to do the thing. Uh, you might not do it well. You'll suck the first few times, as Kellen says. Do it first time, suck. Do it the second time, don't suck. Do it the third time, and you're good at it. Sometimes you have to like stretch the first, second, and third time and do a few more rinses. But the point is that this is all in your control. I'm going to link this back to an idea from my power series that I did a few weeks ago. And I said that there's three ways that you give up power. You give up power by discounting the stimulus. Um, so that's where you pretend you don't notice the thing that is bothering you, and therefore you don't ever try to do anything about it. The second way you give up power is by discounting the effect of the stimulus. You pretend that the rock in your shoe is not bothering you. That's the metaphor I used during that series. So you recognize there is a rock in my shoe, and then you say it's not bothering you. That's discounting the effect of the stimulus, the intensity, the degree to which it irritates you. The third one third way you give up power is by discounting your ability to do anything about the stimulus. Okay, so you can imagine that this this is the point at which power intersects with competency. Um, so this is later on. I'm going to go back and link the two series together so that you're able to jump across transdomain, transcontextual, to create a transcontextual bridge. That's what I'm thinking. English. Uh, so yeah, so I'm happy to see the ideas come together because these are different sections of the book. And I was trying to decide whether to push them out to separate books, but now I understand how I'm going to weave them together and save you the time of buying two books. All right, Dr. May, Break the Cage MD. Bye. Bye.